this is Joey Buzzatul and welcome to the Secret Men's Business Meditation. On today's meditation, we're going to look on reflecting on interconnectedness, looking at ourselves and what we connect with, and allowing this mindfulness technique to help us to feel grounded. This practice can be done in any posture, so you can either sit up or lie down. All I want you to do is just relax and just find a place and a space within yourself where you could be at ease. And just take a deep breath in and hold and just let it go. Just start to create a rhythm through the breath. And as you breathe and allow yourself to let go, see if you can begin to trace back all those people who are involved in your interest and in your meditation. Someone may have given you a book or read you a poem. Maybe someone played you a piece of music or told you about their meditation experience. Just find yourself connecting with a sense of them, a recollection of them, and just let them come into the room with you. And just consider including those who have really hurt you, not just those who have allowed you to be irritated or annoyed, but someone who's really upset you through their actions and brought you to an edge, allowing yourself to either lose your happiness or stillness. And just allow those people to come in. Remember, after all, they're part of why we're here right now. Just let your mind reflect and think about maybe a teacher who instilled a love of learning and a willingness to be adventurous. Or maybe you had a parent who instilled confidence in your ability to try new things or explore new terrain. Maybe you've got a child who's opened you up to a sense of wonder and interest. Just let them be there with you now. Now consider what you're wearing. How many forms of life, how many people, how many beings have been involved in growing all that fibre, creating all that cloth, transporting it, selling it. The creation of the building in which you're sitting in, the plots that are going into the land. All this form of life involved in the food that you've eaten today. All the creatures of the earth who planted the seed and nurtured the crop, who did the harvest, transported the food, sold the food, prepared the food. You can see that now that none of us are actually independent, alone or cut off. However, alone we might sometimes feel as we connect. They're all part of the greater fabric of life, this immense web of relationships and connections and influences, this immense web of interdependence. And in this moment, in this time, just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to connect with what you connect with. And if we imagine looking at a tree, we can see it's just a tree. Or we can look at a tree and sense the soil and everything that affects the quality of that soil, which is nourishing that tree. The rainfall, everything affecting the quality of that rainfall, the sunlight and the moonlight, the quality of the air. Is the tree just a tree? Or is there a confluence of all these conditions coming together, moving, changing and creating? And so too we can see ourselves, how we are dependent and how we are grown and connected from others. And as you allow yourself to see the good and the great in other people, you allow yourself to let go. And as we meditate, we start to see now That there are tendencies that maybe we remember the things that we've done wrong and the mistakes that we've made and the things that we've regretted. And in this moment, we can consciously shift our attention to include the good within ourselves. And so too, when we look at others, we can see the good in them. This meditation is not an exercise that is meant to deny that anything is wrong or regrettable. But if we look at somebody and we can only think about their mistakes that they've made, we sometimes miss the purpose of the connection. There may be a tremendous sense of self and of others and of us and of them that we are not connecting with. Whereas if we can include even one good thing, if we can just think of it, if we can connect with it, then a bridge is built. So that when we honestly and directly look at what's difficult, it's more from a sense of stancing in within ourselves, to be side by side rather than across this huge gulf of seeming separation. Beginning with oneself, just in a reflection, we start to relax and we go into that ease pose. However you feel comfortable, see if you can think of one good thing you did yesterday. It may not have been very big or grandiose, but just think of one good thing that you did. Maybe you smiled at somebody. Maybe you listened to them. Maybe you let go of some annoyance at a slow clerk in a store. Maybe you forgave yourself for not saying something totally correct. Maybe you were generous. Maybe you sat down to meditate. Maybe you just thanked a bus driver. It's not conceit or arrogance to consider these things. Just think about one good thing that you did. And as you do so, just know that it's quite nourishing and replenishing to take joy, to have gratitude, to take delight in the good that lives through us, that we can manifest. If at any time, whether with ourselves or someone else, we cannot think of something good, then there's another reflection that we can do, which is simply to recall that all beings want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. This urge towards happiness is nothing to be squeamish about or feel funny about. The problem is not the urge. The problem is ignorance, not really sensing where genuine happiness might be found. And so making the mistake that might cause so much suffering of ourselves or of somebody else. That urge towards happiness itself is rightful. It's appropriate. When we combine it with wisdom instead of ignorance, it becomes like a homing instinct of freedom. And it can help us to cut through any obstacles that we may face. When we start with ourselves and then with others, looking for the good, it is just not going to happen that way. We switch to their reflection and recall all their beings of wanting to be happy. Just think of the benefactor, someone who's helped you, someone who's enabled you, someone who's had their good qualities come through. And you can appreciate that about them. Those aspects, those efforts, those acts of kindness. Think of a good friend. Appreciate the good within them. Think of someone we know who's having a difficult time right now. Maybe they're ill or they're hurting. And I want you to think of the good within them. Allow yourself to dig deep and think about the times that others have helped others using their own resources. You can see this person. It's not just the problem, but something bigger. Think of someone in your life who've had little difficulty with, little conflict or unease, but you know that as you see them, as you connect with them, you see the good reflecting in these things that they've done, the choices that they've made. If not, just allow yourself to switch to that other reflection, remembering that they too, just like each one of us, wants to be happy. They want to be happy. Everybody wants the same sense of belonging, feeling at home in this body, this mind, in this life. Ignorance is a very strong force. And as you sit in this space, in this stillness, ask yourself what makes you happy. Ask yourself what you know brings you joy. Ask yourself what you think or what you need and how you can bring it into your life. And just slowly just sit in this space. Just slowly sit in this space, repeating these thoughts again and again. Repeating that all beings want to be happy. May they be happy. And within yourself, you allow yourself to be happy. And as you allow yourself to be happy, you feel your body let go. You give yourself permission to be in this space. And because you give yourself permission, you allow shift to take place. Doesn't matter how big or small the shift may be, but you allow something to enter through you. You allow there to be an association to your feelings, to your awareness, and to your day. Just slowly sit there now until the music fades out. Allow yourself to be brought to your awareness into your body and your thoughts and your heart. And just let those thoughts amalgamate within you with gratitude and love.